Hi, I'm Tim Rigdon, Director of Decorative Arts and Design and Silver and Vertu at Heritage Auction Galleries in Dallas, Texas. I'd like to welcome you to previews of our November 9th Fine Decorative Arts and Design Auction. And I'd also like to let you know about the preview opportunities for the sale from coast to coast in New York on October 13th through 15th at the Fletcher Sinclair Mansion at 2 East 79th Street and our Beverly Hills offices from October 21st through 26th. Included within this auction is a collection of French bronze figural groups, including lot number 66004, a work after Jean-Baptiste Carpeaux dating to 1872 entitled Le Génie de la Danse, which was originally created for Charles Garnier's Paris Opera House, part of a group of 4 new dancers that were to grace the facade of the new Paris Opera. Quite the scandal at the time. It still is wonderfully evocative. It's symbolic of dance with a young male with upraised arms cavorting upon a base with a cherub at his feet. Another sculptural work of note is lot number 66006, a work in carved wood and ivory after Jean-Léon Gérôme, with ivory attributed to Clovis Delacour. Gérôme tried to push the borders of sculpture within the marble and bronze venues of France during the 19th century and started to experiment with other materials, in this instance a piece made of wood and ivory entitled La Victoire Marchante. Originally he modeled it in plaster, and his workshop then went ahead and produced it in wood and ivory. A wonderfully large piece which was standing behind me in the introduction. It measures 30 inches high with a wonderful wing spread. We are pleased to include a number of important continental pieces of furniture, the first of note being lot number 66041, an Italian micro-mosaic table set within a gilt wood base, made in Rome between 1825 and 1875, the center of the top featuring a scene of the Basilica of St. Peter's in the colonnade, within a border surrounding of ruins of ancient Rome. This is one of a small group of works of this size and type, another piece being in the Gilbert collection at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, illustrated in the major work on micromosaics. This piece comes to us from a private Texas collection with the original gilt wood base, probably made in London or another part of England, when the mosaic tabletop was brought back by the original buyer from their grand tour of Italy. Another important work of continental furniture is lot number 66043, an Italian pietra dura and ebonized wood cabinet on stand, marked on the back from the workshop of Giuseppe Montelatici, one of the major pietra dura designers and makers of Florence, Italy, and dated for the 3rd of April, 1883. The cabinet on stand is made in ebonized wood, which works wonderfully with the pietra dura plaques mounted on the front of the cabinet of attic-style Greek vases overflowing with multicolored flowers set on black marble backgrounds, which blend into the base of the cabinet. This piece is incredibly important, and please enjoy viewing it. From the French workshop of Paul Sormani, lot number 66046 is a bureau plot with wonderful marquetry inlay in floral work on a trellis base. Paul Sormani is one of the finest late 19th century French ebonistes, working off of designs of 18th century makers, and in terms of technique and quality, surpassing their work. This is one of the best pieces by Sormani that I've ever seen, fully stamped on the lock plate and in excellent condition. We are pleased to present works in ivory, part of which are from a private New York collection, including a carved ivory gavel, very appropriate for an auctioneer to offer, lot number 66081, which comes in its original case, stamped by appointment to R. Stewart on Argyle Street in Glasgow, Scotland, probably originally a judge's gavel, but perfect for the auctioneer. Lot number 66082 is a pair of French framed ivory carvings, both depicting scenes from the history of Napoleon. The first one being a depiction of his grab of power in 1799, as well as the second one being his conquest of the pyramids in Egypt of 1798. Both of these pieces are in their original walnut frames with scenes inlaid in ivory of soldiers on cannons, as well as the Napoleonic coat of arms. Lot number 66098 is the only extant full version of George Jones and Sons Majolica Cuspidor in the form of a tortoise, only known in its full state by drawings from the George Jones workshops. We are proud to present this unique work of important Victorian Majolica. We are proud to include a range of fine continental porcelains, including lot number 66107, a pair of Meissen pot-sur-pot vases with scenes depicting the four allegories of the arts on a dark blue ground. The pot-sur-pot process was a very time-consuming and difficult way of making and decorating porcelain, with fine layers of porcelain laid one upon another to create the decoration. We also are proud to include a large selection of KPM hand-painted porcelain plaques, including lot number 66115, a large, unusual square-shaped porcelain plaque depicting a genre tavern scene unsurpassed in terms of its fine quality of painting, shading, and detail. Auction number 5053 will also be including a selection of fine 20th century design, including lot 66149, an unusual and rare work in art pottery by the firm of Tico Pottery of Terracotta, Illinois, designed with abstracted prairie leaves, which are emblematic of the type of work done by Frank Lloyd Wright from the same period and the same area in 1902. Rounding out our 20th century design offerings is lot number 66175, a Swedish studio glass vase by Edvin Olstrom for the Orfors Glassworks in Orfors, Sweden from about 1950. This incredibly detailed work with brown glass and trapped air bubbles depicts a woman looking over her shoulder towards a man strumming his guitar. The quality of the decoration, the coloration, as well as the size makes this an important work by the Orfors manufacturing. Thanks for watching this video, and if you would like to have more information, please feel free to contact us. Please take your time and browse through the selections on the web. You'll see full cataloging information as well as condition reports. Thanks, and good luck bidding.